is that what we just put on there?
Yeah.
And then you have your lid. And then, yeah, well, you don't really need it for anything, honestly. Okay, and then this is your separator cup here. So you'll see how that works here in a minute. And then this is just the lid that goes on top. This is your flour bowl. And then this is the base. So very simple.
Yeah, this goes in here. This is the one that
Right.
just pull it out.
Yes. Okay. So when we first use our NutriMill, we're going to mill at least 2 cups of wheat or other hard grain and then discard the flour and clean the flour bowl. This will eliminate any contaminants the mill might have contained in the manufacturing process. Make sure the grain used is clean. Your warranty does not cover foreign objects damaging from plastics, metals, rocks, or any other material that could get damaging the mill heads. Proper care of your mill will help to ensure a reliable milling experience for many years to come. So that just means like whenever you go to use your grain, whatever source you're getting it from, it should be a triple clean grain, and that'll normally make sure that there's no stones, you know. But normally when I pour it, I always just try to make sure I'm just kind of glancing through it. But this grain is triple clean, so it should be fine.
It's like the beans when you're sifting them for any dirt.
Right.
Okay.
But you don't have to do that so much with a triple clean grain. Most of the time they've gotten all that out. Okay, and then we just simply have to, now there's different controls here. Yours is a little different than mine, as you can see there. I'm not sure. I must have changed it just recently or something. The upper dials controls your motor speed. So this controls your motor speed, okay? This allows you to have greater control of the texture, okay? So if you have it on high, for most flours, it would remain on high to the left, okay? So this is high, this is low. Turn towards the right for coarser flour. So this is high, this is low. So the higher impact it is, and the stronger it's churning, is the finer your flour is going to be. Does that make sense? So if you want to make a denser, heartier bread, or things where you want you don't want it such a fine flour, then you would turn it more this direction. So you can control the coarseness just by this little knob.
Right.
Okay. And then the lower dial turns the mill on and off. Okay, that's this one. And controls the rate at which the grain feeds into the mill. The feed rate will affect the fineness of the grind. So turn the dial to the right will feed grain faster and produce coarser flour. Does that make sense? So if you turn it like this and then you keep going all the way, it's actually going to open this thing up right here. I'm gonna show this to you real quick so you understand. Okay. So if you look down in here real quick, I want you to see this. Okay? So watch what happens. You see how it opens up?
Oh yeah.
So when the grain's going in there, if you've got that closed more shut like that, it's going to only feed in a few kernels at once. Does that make sense? And if you open it wide open, then a bunch is going to pour in there, so it's going to produce a coarser grain. Does that make
And that
sense?
has to do with this knob
Right.
Can you do it again, Mom?
right there. It's on the left, and as I go to the right,
There
it
we
opens
go.
it up more.
Okay.
Like
So
that.
the idea here is that through these 2 different knobs, you can control the coarseness or the fineness of your grind.
Right.
Okay. And that of course can change your texture completely and your bread.
So it'll be, I mean, they have to kind of go hand in hand
Right.
here.
So normally when you're making bread, you're going to keep it right here on the probably the finer one. When I do my bread, at least, I haven't experimented too much with this because I was making bread for other people and I didn't want to mess it up. So now I'm actually starting to more experiment nowadays. So normally when I do mine, I keep it on high, like for a fine flour, and then I keep it actually right over here so it actually goes in pretty slow because I want mine to be pretty fine.
Okay.
Because I want it to rise really like that. Most people like it light and fluffy and that kind of thing. So, okay.
We'll stay on the left. That would make sense.
Okay, the rest of it I'm going to let you read on your own because the rest of it I already know.
And is this okay, I should take this off?
You can or can't. I took mine off eventually, but it's a good reminder for you to not put any kind of oil seed in here. And it'll give you a list of different grains that you can use. But you never want to use anything that has oil. Here's your list. The Nutrimill will mill most of the following. Use caution when milling these. And then do not mill any of the following: oatmeal, flaxseed, sunflower seeds, coffee beans, rolled or steel cut oats, sprouted legumes, anything sprouted, because nothing should be wet, nothing should be moist, nothing should be oily, or it's going to clog inside and you're going to have a mess on your hands.
Makes sense.
It should always be dry. Yeah, so you just have to be careful when you're doing that. Okay, so you can, I would definitely make sure you read those. We're going to wash these out
What?
and dry them thoroughly.
What's your job? Your job is to